Have you ever felt like your spiritual journey is taking you down a dark and lonely path? You may not realize it, but you might be experiencing the hidden challenges of spiritual awakening. Keep watching to discover the truth about the dark side of this transformative process. Those who embark on a spiritual awakening often find themselves facing unexpected obstacles and emotional turmoil. The journey can be isolating, confusing, and even frightening at times. These challenges are not often discussed openly, leaving many feeling unprepared and alone in their struggles. When we begin to question our beliefs, values, and the very foundation of our lives, it's natural to feel a sense of upheaval and uncertainty. We may find ourselves grappling with intense emotions, such as anxiety, depression, and a profound sense of disconnection from the world around us. It's as if the ground beneath our feet has suddenly shifted, and we're left trying to find our footing in unfamiliar territory. This emotional roller coaster can be incredibly overwhelming, especially if we don't have the tools or support to navigate it. We may feel like we're losing our sense of self and purpose, wondering if we'll ever find our way back to solid ground. It's important to remember that these feelings are a normal part of the awakening process, and that we're not alone in experiencing them. As we awaken spiritually, we may find that our interests, values, and perspectives no longer align with those around us. This can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness, as we struggle to find others who understand our experiences. It's not uncommon to feel like we've outgrown certain relationships or social circles, or that we no longer fit in with the people we once considered close friends or family members. We may find ourselves drawn to new ideas, practices, and communities that resonate with our evolving worldview, while simultaneously feeling a sense of alienation from our old life. This can be a deeply painful and confusing experience, as we long for connection and understanding, yet feel like we're drifting further and further away from the people and places that once brought us comfort. It's crucial to remember that this is a natural part of the awakening process, and that we're not alone in feeling this way. Many spiritual seekers encounter a profound period of darkness and despair, known as the dark night of the soul. During this time, we may feel lost, hopeless, and disconnected from our spiritual path. This dark night can manifest in various ways, such as a deep sense of emptiness, a loss of meaning and purpose, or a feeling of being abandoned by the universe. We may question everything we once believed in, wondering if our spiritual journey was nothing more than a delusion or a waste of time. It's important to understand that the dark night of the soul is not a punishment or a sign that we failed in our spiritual practice. Rather, it's a necessary stage of growth and transformation, a kind of spiritual metamorphosis that requires us to shed our old skin and emerge anew. During this time, it's essential to be gentle with ourselves, to practice self-compassion, and to seek out support from others who have gone through similar experiences. We must trust that even in the darkest of nights, the dawn will eventually come, and that we'll emerge stronger, wiser, and more connected to our true selves. The spiritual awakening process often requires letting go of attachments, beliefs, and even relationships that no longer serve our growth. This can be a painful and challenging process, as we learn to surrender to the unknown and trust in the journey. Letting go can feel like a kind of death, a shedding of our old identity and ways of being in the world. We may mourn the loss of certain people, places, or things that once brought us comfort or a sense of security. We may feel like we're free-falling into an abyss, with no clear sense of where we'll land. Yet this process of letting go is essential to our spiritual growth. It creates space for new experiences, insights, and relationships to enter our lives, ones that are more aligned with our authentic selves and our deepest truths. Surrendering to the unknown can be a terrifying prospect, as we're conditioned to cling to certainty and control. However, it's through this surrender that we open ourselves up to the vast potential of the universe, allowing ourselves to be guided by a higher wisdom and purpose. As we awaken, we may encounter our own shadows, the hidden aspects of ourselves that we've been avoiding or denying. Confronting these shadows can be uncomfortable and even frightening, but it is a necessary step in our spiritual growth. Our shadows can take many forms, such as repressed emotions, unhealed traumas, or negative patterns of thought and behavior. They're the parts of ourselves that we've deemed unacceptable or unlovable, the aspects we've tried to hide or push away. Yet, as we begin to shine the light of awareness on these shadows, we start to see that they're not something to be feared or ashamed of. Rather, they're opportunities for healing, growth, and integration. By facing our shadows with compassion and curiosity, we can begin to understand the root causes of our pain and limitations. We can start to see how these wounds have shaped our lives and relationships, and how they've kept us from fully embracing our authentic selves. Through this process of shadow work, we gradually learn to accept and love all parts of ourselves, even the ones that feel unlovable. We begin to see that our shadows are not our enemies, but our teachers, guiding us towards greater wholeness and self-understanding. Navigating the dark side of spiritual awakening requires finding balance and integrating our experiences into our daily lives. This may involve seeking support from others, practicing self-care, and embracing the ups and downs of the journey. Integration is the process of bringing our spiritual insights and experiences into our everyday reality, of bridging the gap between the transcendent and the mundane. It's about learning to embody our highest truths and values, even in the midst of life's challenges and distractions. This can be a tricky balancing act, as we may feel torn between our spiritual practice and the demands of work, family, and social obligations. We may struggle to find time for meditation, self-reflection, or other practices that nourish our soul, feeling like we're constantly being pulled in different directions. Yet it's through this process of integration that we begin to see that our spiritual path is not separate from our daily life, but is woven into the very fabric of our being. We start to recognize that every moment, every interaction, and every challenge is an opportunity to practice presence, compassion, and mindfulness. Self-care is also an essential component of navigating the dark side of spiritual awakening. This may involve taking time for rest and relaxation, engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment, or seeking out the support of a therapist, mentor, or spiritual community. By prioritizing our own well-being and listening to the needs of our body, mind, and spirit, we create a strong foundation for our spiritual growth. We learn to honor our own limits and boundaries, to say no when we need to, and to trust in the wisdom of our own inner guidance. Despite the challenges, the dark side of spiritual awakening is ultimately a catalyst for profound transformation and growth. By facing our fears, embracing change, and trusting the process, we can emerge from the darkness with greater wisdom, resilience, and authenticity. Transformation is rarely a comfortable or easy process. It requires us to let go of our old ways of being, to confront our deepest fears and insecurities, and to step into the unknown with courage and faith. Yet, it's through this process of transformation that we begin to discover our true potential, our unique gifts and talents, and our place in the greater web of life. We start to see that our challenges and struggles are not random or meaningless, but are part of a larger story of growth and evolution. As we emerge from the dark night of the soul, we may find that our priorities and values have shifted, that our relationships have deepened and become more authentic, and that our sense of purpose and meaning has expanded. We may also discover that we've developed new skills and capacities, such as increased empathy, intuition, and resilience. We may find that we're more attuned to the needs of others and the world around us, and that we're better equipped to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and wisdom. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Many have walked this path before you and have found light on the other side of the darkness. Seek out support from others who understand, practice self-compassion, and trust that the challenges you face are ultimately leading you to a deeper connection with yourself and the universe. One of the most powerful things we can do when navigating the dark side of spiritual awakening is to reach out for support. This may involve joining a spiritual community or group, working with a therapist or mentor, or simply sharing our experiences with trusted friends and loved ones. By connecting with others who have gone through similar struggles, we can find comfort, guidance, and inspiration. We can learn from their wisdom and experiences and feel less alone in our own journey. It's also important to practice self-compassion during this time, to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a dear friend. We must remember that we're doing the best we can and that our struggles and setbacks are not a reflection of our worth or value as human beings. Finally, we must trust in the larger unfolding of our spiritual journey, even when the path ahead seems unclear or daunting. We must have faith that the challenges we face are ultimately leading us towards greater growth, healing, and transformation. This doesn't mean that the path will be easy or that we won't encounter further obstacles along the way, but it does mean that we can find hope and meaning even in the darkest of times, knowing that we're part of a larger story of awakening and evolution. So if you find yourself in the midst of the dark side of spiritual awakening, know that you are not alone. Know that countless others have walked this path before you and have emerged stronger, wiser, and more connected to their true selves. Keep moving forward one step at a time and trust that the light is waiting for you on the other side. Embrace the journey with all its ups and downs, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity for growth and transformation. And most importantly, be kind to yourself along the way. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer to a beloved friend. Remember that you are worthy of love and acceptance, just as you are, in all your beautiful imperfection. The dark side of spiritual awakening may be challenging, but it is also a profound invitation to step into your fullest potential, to shed the layers of conditioning and limiting beliefs that have kept you small, and to embrace the truth of who you really are. So take a deep breath, trust in the journey, and know that you are exactly where you need to be. The light is waiting for you, just on the other side of the darkness. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel for more insights on spirituality and personal growth. Share your own experiences with the dark side of spiritual awakening in the comments below, and let's support each other on this transformative journey. Remember, the darkness is just a part of the path. Keep moving forward and trust in the light that awaits you.